Stop stretching your plantar fascia. New research shows it may actually be making things worse. I stopped icing my heel and relieved my plantar fasciitis. I accidentally got rid of my plantar fasciitis in 4 weeks after this specialist revealed the real cause. If you have plantar fasciitis and your doctor told you to rest, ice it, and stretch, that's exactly why you're still in pain. And in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why. Not because you didn't try hard enough, not because it's too late, but because every treatment you've been given was built on a single mistake, one that's been repeated in every doctor's office for decades. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn will finally explain why you keep waking up every morning like it's starting all over again. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That stabbing sensation in your heel the moment your foot hits the floor in the morning. Those first few steps that are absolute agony. Maybe it eases up a little once you get moving, but it's always there, waiting for you tomorrow. You've done the stretches they told you to do, the towel pulls, the calf raises, rolling your feet with frozen water bottles. You've iced it, you've rested it, maybe you've even tried orthotics or compression socks. Maybe you've even tried cortisone injections. And yet, here you are, wondering if you'll be able to stand at your kid's game, get through your shift, or make it from the parking lot to the front door. If any of that sounds familiar, what you're about to hear is for you. Because here's what nobody told you. The reason those treatments never worked is because every single one of them was treating the wrong thing entirely. In recent years, researchers studying plantar fasciitis at the tissue level have found something that is quietly changing the way it's being treated, and it directly contradicts what most patients have been told. What they found wasn't complicated, but it was completely overlooked for decades, and once you understand it, everything about your pain is going to make sense in a way it never has before. Thousands of people with plantar fasciitis have already discovered this hack, and they've been sharing their stories everywhere on social media. But before I show you what they found, I need to tell you something about the very name of plantar fasciitis. Why the word fasciitis is the single biggest reason your plantar fasciitis never gets better. Because the name itself has been misleading everyone, doctors included, from the very beginning. Here's what you've been told. Plantar fasciitis is inflammation. The name says so. Fasciitis literally means inflammation of the fascia. So the treatment makes sense on the surface. Reduce the inflammation with ice, reduce stress with rest, and stretch the tissue to loosen it up. That logic isn't crazy, it's just wrong. Researchers now recognize that plantar fasciitis is primarily a degenerative process, not an inflammatory one. The NIH describes it as a progressive tissue degeneration. StatPearls, the clinical reference used to train doctors, says the same thing. Inflammation isn't the problem. Tissue breakdown is. Years of repetitive stress from walking, standing, and running create tiny micro tears in the plantar fascia, that thick band of tissue running across the bottom of your foot. Those micro tears need to heal, and to heal, they need blood flow, carrying oxygen and nutrients directly to the damaged tissues. But here's the problem. The plantar fascia is one of the most poorly circulated tissues in the entire body, meaning it naturally receives very little blood flow to begin with. When circulation is insufficient, those micro tears don't repair. They accumulate. The tissue weakens and breaks down further. The pain doesn't go away. It gets worse. Why ice, the #1 recommended plantar fasciitis treatment, may be the single biggest reason your tissue has never fully healed. Now, think about what ice does. Ice constricts blood vessels. It reduces blood flow to the area, which means every time you iced your heel, you were actually restricting the exact thing your damaged tissue needed most. Rest doesn't restore circulation. It just removes the stress without doing anything to help the tissue repair. And stretching? Stretching further strains tissue that hasn't healed. For some people, it gives some temporary relief, but it doesn't fix the underlying problem. You weren't wrong to try those things. That was what you were told to do. It's not inflammation, it's degeneration. And the fix isn't reducing inflammation, it's restoring blood flow so your body can finally heal itself. So if the real problem is insufficient blood flow to damaged tissue, then the solution isn't about reducing inflammation. It's about doing one thing, getting more blood, more oxygen, more nutrients into that tissue consistently, so the micro tears can actually close and heal. That's it, that's the whole thing. And that's exactly what the Nuviya 3-in-1 foot massager was designed to do. Not with pills, not with injections, not with surgery. Just 15 minutes a day while you watch TV. First, heat therapy. Warming heat penetrates deep into the foot, causing your blood vessels to dilate, to open up and allow significantly more blood to flow into the plantar fascia. More blood means more oxygen. More oxygen means the tissue your body has been trying to repair for months or years finally starts getting what it needs to actually do that. Second, vibration therapy. The gentle vibration stimulates circulation deeper in the tissue than surface heat alone can reach, activating the healing response at the level where the micro tears actually live. Think of it as waking up tissue that's been stuck in a state of slow deterioration and giving it the signal to start recovering. Third, medical grade compression. Unlike compression socks that just apply constant pressure, the Nuviya compression supports the plantar fascia while simultaneously improving circulation, moving fluid out of the tissue and allowing fresh, nutrient-rich blood to flow in. Most other products on the market give you just one of these therapies: a foam roller, a heating pad, a compression sleeve, a basic foot massager. They each do one thing, and one thing alone isn't enough, because each therapy addresses a different part of the same root problem. The Nuviya 3-in-1 foot massager combines all three therapies at once, so your plantar fascia gets the complete circulatory response it needs to begin healing. That's not a little upgrade over what you've been using. That's a completely different approach. These aren't unusual results. They're what happens when you finally address what's actually causing the pain. 89% of people with plantar fasciitis who try the Nuviya 3-in-1 foot massager report less morning heel pain within the first 2 weeks. Thousands of people dealing with plantar fasciitis have already made this part of their daily routine, and they're sharing their experiences with everyone they know. A single visit to a podiatrist runs anywhere from $60 to $400, and they're likely to tell you to rest and stretch or recommend expensive orthotics. Painful cortisone injections run anywhere from $200 to $500, and most people need multiple shots. The relief is often temporary, and repeated injections carry their own risk. Physical therapy can cost thousands of dollars over time, and if the real problem isn't addressed, you're right back where you started. The Nuviya 3-in-1 foot massager is an at-home way to address the real root cause for a fraction of that. Right now, it's 50% off plus free shipping, and it comes with a 100% risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. And we truly mean zero risk. Use it every single day for a full month. If you don't feel a meaningful reduction in your morning heel pain, you can get a full refund. You might think we're crazy to offer that. We just know our product works. Consider where you are right now versus where you could be in 2 weeks. Tomorrow morning, you could wake up the same way you have for months, that stabbing pain with your first few steps, knowing it's going to be a part of your day again. Click the button below to finally wake up without that morning heel pain.